Welcome everybody. My name is Glenn Vetramile, and I thank everybody joining us for this happy and joyful occasion, groundbreaking of our new building in Tuckahoe. It'll be the latest and greatest continuation of the revival of Main Street and the Village. Joining us from the Village is Mayor Steve Ecklond, and Steve is here, and the board, board. Antonio Leo couldn't make it today from the planning board. Ron Gallo from the zoning board, and the building department couldn't make it today, but they send their regards. My partner at the outset, Phil Raffiani, is here. He'll say a few words at the end, and then the Roseland Mack-Cali people, Ivan Barron, Andy Marshall, Gabe Schiff are here, and Andy will speak a bit in a few minutes, and then Joe Benz from Webster Bank. We also have Greg Martirosian from our architecture firm, Bill Noel, our land use counsel, and members from our construction firm, Bell Associates. There were a host of other engineers and consultants who also participate in the planning of this project that's been ongoing for 4 years. 4 years ago, Phil and I met to discuss reviving this site. He had a prior plan for a condo, and we discussed doing a new upscale rental project. We hired these talented design and architecture team, and then we said, what should this building be like? And we felt it should be a combination of a continuation of Main Street, but also some more contemporary elements. It'll also be the new entrance coming from Midland Avenue and Winter Hill Road, so people coming from the east will see a beautiful new project. Briefly, it's an upscale rental community that'll offer 61 one-bedroom units, 47 two-bedroom units. We'll have hardwood flooring, stainless appliances, individual washers and dryers, marble countertops. The building amenities will include a fitness center with state-of-the-art exercise equipment, a yoga studio, a club room, an expansive outdoor terrace with gardens and a water sculpture, and a freestanding stone fireplace pit with seating, and also an outdoor kitchen. There'll be 169 underground secured and lighted parking spaces. As part of this project, we have agreed to improve the park across the street. The entire perimeter will be upgraded with new trees, plantings, new beautiful fencing, lighting. And then Phil and I are going to try and raise money to improve the interior of the park. So the project has been 4 years in the making. We went through a planning board review, zoning board review, architectural review, and now in the building department, and we also received valuable input from the school board. Advising the town were Frank Fish from BFJ Planning, Dolph Rotfeld, civil engineer, John Cavallaro, counsel, and Jim Pinto, also an engineer. So over the next year and a half or so, you'll see this project rise, be framed, and soon be occupied with new residents who will make Tuckahoe their home. So I'm now going to introduce Andy Marshall from Roseland, and he's going to make a few comments. Thanks.
Good morning. So Glenn covered the project pretty well, and I don't have a whole lot to add to the scope of the project or what it's going to bring to the community. So I guess the big question is, who are we? So Roseland, Mack-Cali company, we build and invest in luxury rentals across the entire New England and Mid-Atlantic corridor. And Glenn was kind enough with Phil to invite us to take a look at this project with them, to lend some of our expertise in the luxury rental market. We came to Tuckahoe in Westchester County. It's our first project up here, and we were incredibly impressed with the community, its support, it's Main Street, and the job that Glenn and Phil had done putting this thing together and getting it teed up to really get built and get open. So, you know, I'd like to thank everybody that worked on this project. AKRF on the civil engineering side. As you can see, looking around you, this is not an easy site. Bob Simpson from the Simpson Department on the geotechnical and environmental side to make sure that everything was fit and ready to go here on that end of it. Greg from Minnow and Wasco, they also did the structural engineering. Gene Kingman couldn't be here today, did the HVAC designs. And so, you know, it takes a lot of people to do this, and it takes a real commitment to excellence. And I think that the assembled partnership and all of the consultants have really brought that value. And just a quick acknowledgement to probably one of the most patient people I've ever met in my life, and that's Joe Benz, our lender, who has been sort of alongside us the last 3 of the 4 years, just waiting for us to make sure that we had all the I's dotted and T's crossed. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Joe. Thanks again.
Thanks. Thank you.
And with that, if I've forgotten anybody, oh, I know one thing. Deals like this are impossible to get done without a great team of folks pushing and pulling and making sure that everything gets done right. And Ivan Barron, my partner and our chief legal officer at Roseland, did a yeoman's job keeping this thing on track, working with all the partners, the lenders, and everybody else to make sure that everything got done right and everybody's interests were both protected and the opportunities were created. So thanks, Ivan, appreciate it. And with that, I want to turn it over to Mayor Steve Ecklond.
Thank you very much, and perfect timing with the bell chiming right in the church right behind us here. I also want to recognize we have some members of the Village Board of Trustees. We have Trustee Greg Luisi is here, Trustee Steve Alfasi. We also have, in addition to, as was mentioned before, the chairman of our zoning board, Ron Gallo, we have Anne-Marie Charmella. Anne-Marie's been on the zoning board for, I'm just going to say 20 years, but we know it's longer than that. Planning board, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So thank you very much for being here. I know you had an awful lot of work on this project over the years, as well as all the work on Main Street. Mel Bacaliano from our planning board is here, and Janice Brandis from our zoning board is here as well. So, you know what? From the village's standpoint, the Board of Trustees, we support this project. We're thrilled that we're finally here today to actually put the shovels in the ground. We're going to work with you. We welcome the Mack-Cali developers who are here with you on this project. We know you build an extraordinarily high quality product, and we're really looking forward for you to deliver that to the residents, or the new residents of the village. So we're very, very excited to be here today. And with that, I think it's time maybe we throw a little dirt in the ground.
Phil's going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, and Phil Raphael.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time. I started working here in Tuckahoe in 1999, and I had a vision of trying to make Main Street come into the present. And we started working in 2000. I spent probably one day a month with Anne-Marie for 5 years. And it was quite an experience, but we got it done. Then this project came along, and we were working on this from early in 2005, which is a long time for a project. And then the economy went in the toilet, and we had to pretty much start all over. But we're here. I'm happy. I now can spend one day a month with my wife instead of Anne-Marie. But again, I want to thank Steve. He did a great job. Ron, Anne-Marie, the rest of the zoning board, and all my new partners. Bill, thank you.
After the shovel ceremony, we're going to go over to the quarry, and there's food and refreshment there for everybody.
We're going to take a ride on the trolley.
And you get a ride on the trolley.
That's right.
Okay. Which way are we going? Forward.
You all don't mind just posing for like 30 seconds before we actually do the... And I'll look up, please. Just get a couple.
Cool.